The Democrats have a brilliant new plan to try to stop Donald Trump. It's called cussing.
Somebody slap me and wake me the up because I'm ready to get on with it.
That's Jasmine Crockett from Houston, Texas. And I'm a little shocked nobody took her up on the offer to slap her to shut her the, well, you know, she might want to watch what she says because eventually someone's going to be like, okay, lady. This, of course, is a symptom of a much larger problem. And that is the fact that the Democrats have become totally unhinged and lost any sense of being or decorum. I mean, it all started really at the State of the Union address, aka the joint session of Congress, where Donald Trump was speaking about the mandate that was handed to him by the American people. And Representative Al Green, also from Houston, which is where Jasmine Crockett's from. I don't know what's going on in Houston these days, but they've got some angry Democrats coming out of there. Al Green jumped up at the very beginning of Donald Trump's speech, and while he did not cuss, as far as I know, it was pretty loud, he was very rude to the president and started screaming and yelling at him like a man that was possessed. And then Michael Johnson, the Speaker of the House, who's from Louisiana, very religious and who I don't think has sworn a day in his life, just threw him out.
Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
And as you can imagine, President Donald Trump himself had some colorful comments for our friends on the left.
The Democrats are out of control. You saw that the other night during the speech when they wouldn't stand up for two of the young ladies were killed by illegal aliens, one with the cancer, the young man with the cancer, and all you want to do is stand up and applaud the man and the boy, the young boy. And nobody's ever seen anything like that. They're out of control. They've lost their minds.
Somebody slap me and wake me the up.
But that is what the Democrat Party has become. The Democrat Party has abandoned all kinds of intelligent political discourse or conscientious debate. And instead, they're just dropping S-bombs and F-bombs wherever they can. In fact, Maxine Dexter, you may remember, she's a brand new freshman member of Congress, and she really made a splash. She's from Oregon. She was at a protest. She hates Donald Trump, and she tried to use some well-placed profanity to make a point. I don't think this means what she thinks it means.
I don't swear in public very long, but we have to
That's probably, that's an offer. That's not, you would want to put the F word before Donald Trump instead of after Donald Trump. But anyway, she's now known far and wide as the woman that wants to, you know. That may actually work, though. If Donald Trump saw her and she was like, he might be like, whoa, whatever you want, lady, just please keep your clothes on. But look, it's not just the freshman congressmen and the young congress people like Jasmine Crockett, who's basically a political influencer who couldn't get a following, so she decided to run for Congress. It's also the diehards in the Democrat Party, people that have been around for I almost said centuries, which isn't too far off, but decades. People like Chuck Schumer from New York, who is the Senate minority leader, used to be the Senate majority leader. He's the elder statesman of the Democrat Party. And in fact, currently, because the Republicans pretty much dominated in the last election, Chuck Schumer is the highest ranking Democrat in the United States of America government. And even he has taken to using foul language to make his point. You may remember this video, which was released last week, where he starts with an S-bomb.
Shit that ain't true. That's what you just saw on the screen.
And it wasn't just him. This was the same script and the same video that 22 Democrat senators used to try to, I don't know, make some kind of point. God, it gives me a headache. It gives me a headache just looking at it. But that is what the Democrat Party has become. It's become so bad, by the way, that even Politico magazine wrote an article called "Potty Mouth Democrats Have Some New Fighting Words We Can't Put in This Headline." And right there in big, bold colors is Jasmine Crockett from Houston. Profanity isn't new in politics, but it's reaching new heights on the left. When Representative Jasmine Crockett reacted to President Donald Trump's joint address to Congress on Tuesday evening, profanity leapt effortlessly from her lips.
Somebody slap me and wake me the up.
And not only has Politico turned on the Democrats, but also their own #1 news network, CNN, and one of the patron saints of misinformation, Van Jones. This is the same man who cried when Donald Trump was elected twice. Now he's crying because the Democrats are totally screwed.
Look, man, we're screwed. I mean, we don't know. No, Democrats don't know what to do. This is a nightmare. Somebody like Donald Trump, we thought we'd at least have, Hakeem Jeffries in the speaker's chair to hold him back if we didn't have Kamala in there to do the right thing. Listen, the Democratic Party is going through a massive set of internal crises. You have a party that got trapped two ways. One, defending a broken status quo that nobody likes because they thought that Donald Trump was going to make it worse. But when you're defending the status quo, you're going to lose. And then offending most people in the country, calling everybody sexist and racist and transphobic and every other name, and then saying, please follow us. That's not a good strategy, folks. Defending a broken status quo and offending most of the country turns out is not as popular as my party thought it was going to be. And so it's going to take a while for people to get it figured out. I don't like talking about this. I'd rather be beat up. Can you give me something I can beat up Michael about? I don't want to talk about my own party.
I know. It's a tough question.
If you're offending most Americans, probably the last thing you want to do is get out there and start dropping F-bombs. But I guess that's a last-ditch effort.
I don't swear in public very long. Trump.
And look, I'm not going to pretend that I've never heard a Republican swear. I mean, Donald Trump himself on several rallies and TV appearances has dropped an S-bomb, but he doesn't seem to use it for effect. He uses it out of sheer anger or frustration, or at least he did on the campaign trail. It's definitely seems a little bit more forced from the Democrat Party, especially, when they write it out and script it for 22 different senators.
Shit that ain't true, that's what you just saw on the screen.
Not true. That's what you just saw.
But the biggest problem the Democrats have, other than being Democrats and having no ideas or opinions or intelligent debate, the biggest problem that the Democrats have is that we're only 6 weeks in to Donald Trump's new administration. We're only 6 weeks in, and they're already cussing up a storm. They're already getting called out by their own networks and their own bloggers and their own party for being potty mouths. If this is all they have after 6 weeks of Donald Trump's second term, how much lower can they go? What are they going to do after 6 months or a year or 4 years? What is the Democrat strategy here? If they don't come up with one soon, if they don't come up with an agenda that they can sell to the American public, if they don't come up to any kind of plan that they can use to woo voters back, if they don't figure out a way to say, hey, you know what? We care about American voters. We have a plan to help you out. We are the party of the future. If they can't do any of that, then what we may be witnessing is the last profane gasp of a dying party. And that's why the old members and the new members alike have nothing left to do but cuss.
I don't swear in public very long. Trump.
I'll tell you what, if you don't come up with some new plan, you're the ones that are going to be If you liked any part of this video, do both of us a favor. Hit like, subscribe, set the notifications. Make sure you're getting our content all the time. Like, subscribe, set those notifications. Do it right now.